Hi everyone, this week's Parsha is Parshat Vayera. And at the beginning of this week's Parsha, there is this emphasis, big emphasis put on the fact that Abraham is standing over the guests, right? For context, these three guests that turn out to be malachim, angels, they come and Abraham, who just had a bris, gets up and greets them. It's an extreme act of chesed, of kindness, and he gives them this whole meal. But the Torah puts an emphasis on the fact that he's standing over them. He was standing over them as they were eating under the tree. And it begs the question, why is there such an emphasis that Avraham was standing over them? Aside the fact that he just had a bris, and that must have been pretty hard to do. And I heard a very nice answer to this question from one of my Rebbe, Rabbi Chaim Yugoda, who bring an answer from the Hafla, a more modern commentator on a few tractates of Gemara, and as well as on the Torah, and he brings something very interesting. He says in Gemara Moed Katan, in one of the tractates of Gemara, it says when you're looking for a Rebbe, you want to look for someone who is going to be like a malach. Someone who's like an angel of Hashem. And it's a little bit interesting. What does it mean that your Rebbe, someone that you're supposed to look up to, is supposed to be like an angel of Hashem? This is a little interesting here. So the Hafla continues, and he brings a verse from Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken, the Haftorah, I think we read on Hanukkah, in which it says that malachim, angels, they stand. They don't move. They're omed. People, humans, are mahalech, are always moving. Whether we're physically moving or not, like actually walking, our bodies are moving. You know, when you think about your heartbeat, whatever. So it's an interesting contrast drawn here. But what does it really mean to apply this logic back to Avram? Right, we finally got to this term omed here, that Avram was standing. These malachim, the angels, they stand. What's the connection? And what's this whole connection with a Rebbe too, that someone that you're supposed to learn from is standing? So we say every Friday night this verse, Tzadik Katama Yifrach Ke'erez Bava Nizgeh, that a tzaddik, a righteous person, produces fruits like the date palms and stands like the cedars. And it's very interesting because what happens with date palms? Right, date palms, they can't grow so tall. Why? Because they're weighed down by their fruit. In contrast, these cedars, they're able to grow so tall because they don't have these heavy fruits hanging off. But a tzaddik, a righteous person, and it's interpreted that this is the connection. The omed is what do trees do? Trees are standing, right? A righteous person is able to produce fruits in this context, just like the date palm, but with the help of Hashem. Right, that's the end of the verse there. That are rooted in Hashem, they're able to grow as high as a cedar tree. So applying all this back to Abraham in the context of a Rebbe, is that we have to realize that a lot of the times, in order for our teachers, our Rebbeim, to be able to teach something to us, to give something over to students, it's a push and a pull. It's a give and a take. In that they are stunting their own personal growth to produce fruits for us, just like the date palm. And for Abraham, that was essentially the same thing. What was Abraham doing? Right? He didn't have Jews to be makarev, Jews to bring in to Judaism there. So he was bringing in non-Jews, right? He was converting people he was showing people the wonders of monotheism, essentially, and the whole emphasis that is put on Abraham standing over the guests is that aside from all the pain he was in, all the circumstances that he was in, he could have been personally gaining more, probably by lying down or talking to Hashem or something like that. He took the time to be omed alehem, that he was standing over them and producing fruit, just like the date palm, and with the help of Hashem, he was able to grow as high as the cedars. So my bracha to everyone this week, it's a little bit of a long video, is that we all should be able to stand and produce fruits like the date palm, but also with the help of Hashem to grow as tall as the cedars. And with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.